So let's get on to politics.
Okay.
And the big lie. And how much Martha McCallum, Brett Baer, amongst others at Fox were panicking.
A little uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah.
Over the fact that Fox called the election correctly.
Yeah.
They literally were like, we should, the purpose of the call, okay, so there was a phone call that was recorded. It was a Zoom call that CNN got a hold of, New York Times got a hold of. And so Suzanne Scott and Jay Wallace.
And Suzanne Scott's one of the VPs of Fox News.
Right. And the president, Jay Wallace, included Bill Salmon, who is no longer with the network.
Correct.
Because how dare he?
Uh-huh.
Tell the truth.
And Arnon Mishkin. I like that name. The director of the Decision Geatz. The call was to address the backlash that they received because they called the election
correctly.
Accurately.
Yeah.
Before anybody else did.
But that's bad for ratings.
Translation, they're all snowflakes and they can't handle reality.
It's bad for ratings, so stretch it out if you can.
Yeah, he said, Scott said, if we hadn't called Arizona those 3 or 4 days following election, our ratings would have been bigger. Really?
What? So accuracy ratings.
When they made a big deal out of how they could call elections in 2018 because of their new way of aggregating numbers and things early. So they were like, we're going to get this earlier than any other network, except they didn't.
The problem was the numbers don't lie.
Exactly. McCallum said, in a Trump environment, the game is just very, very different.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Facts are facts, Martha.
Yeah, I know. Scott suggested Fox not call any more states until certified by the authorities.
Wow.
She was talked out of that. Baer noted that Trump's campaign was angry and suggested reversing the call. It's hurting us, he wrote. The sooner we pull it, even if it gives us a major egg, and put it back in Trump's column, the better we are, in my opinion. That's Brett Baer. Brett Baer.
Yeah, that's...
This is just...
You thought that these were some of these people actually did still have like a bit of a conscience and a bit of a news person in them, and then you see something like this and you realize, no, that whole network is corrupted.
Yeah, 10 years ago I got in a Twitter fight with Brett Baer himself about the right-wing lean of his show.
Right.
You know, because he likens himself to being an actual journalist on the network and not an opinion person. I'm like, you know what? The way you stack your show, putting... stories of importance to conservatives at the beginning of your show, that denotes importance to the audience.
Absolutely. A block.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. And so I pointed out to him the way he stacked his show that day showed that he was right-leaning.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that, and he blocked me.
Snowflake.
Yeah.
In the lead up
so he is not. He's not
a journalist.
A journalist.
No.
He is an opinion person on that network.
Absolutely. And that's fine. Just admit to that.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't pass yourself off as a down the middle journalist.
Don't say you're Walter Cronkite when you're not.
Why are you trying to be something you're not?
Exactly. Scott complained that Salmon did not understand the quote impact to the brand and the arrogance in calling Arizona, and it was his job to protect the brand. No, it wasn't. It was his job to report
the truth.
Right.
The truth.
Right.
That's why he was hired.
That's why it's called a decision desk, and that's why it's kept separate from the editorial side of things in most major news networks.
Yeah, Salmon's contract was, quote, not renewed. At way later, after the Florida, after the Georgia runoff was called. They didn't blame it on what he did for the November election. They said, oh, no, this is a restructuring. And liars.
Hi, I'm Chef Shanti, and today in the Greene kitchen, I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite breakfast burrito.